Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach. It's going to be the round 24 preview. We've got a few rounds left. What is it? 4 rounds? 4 rounds left of the overall. Obviously, if you're head-to-head focused, I'm not, but I'm pretty sure. I don't think the finals started last week. I'm pretty sure. I'm not really into the head-to-head side of things. It might be fun in the future, but I'm overall focused. So yeah, 4 rounds are left. We 4 trades. Don't get me wrong. I would have liked to have a few more trades just to do some more ballsy plays at the end, but I'm still pleased with how it turned out. You can always look back at the season and be like, man, we fucking wasted some trades. And I definitely did, but yeah, I still feel in a pretty good spot. We still got plenty of money to work with. Money is not an issue, which is great. We still have more money to garner because we're obviously going to be nuffing out Sanders Smith to Kalane going either this week or next week, which, yeah, we're going to do next week. Again, I talked about this, but there's no point doing it this week just in case Connor Watson gets injured, Brayley gets injured. If something happens, then we can just trade out one of those guys, right? So there's no point going early on going. We don't need to. So we'll wait till next week because the Sharks, just to double check, obviously Titans this week, very good matchup, but then yes, 25, they have the bye, and then they finish on Newcastle Doggies. It's actually, yeah, it's not a great finish. I mean, Newcastle's good. Obviously, this week's amazing, but Doggies to finish, you know, depending on like restings and stuff, a Nico Hines trade to somebody in the final round, there's probably going to be more pressing matters, I would say, but you never know. You could do a bit of a heads up play like that, depending on how numbers are. But yeah, we're going to do that next week. Front row is obviously sweet. Terrell May, Payne Haas to finish, and Lindsay Smith honestly being fantastic for us. I don't know. I still could play him this week. There's still no Zaya Yo. It's a tough game against the Storm, so you'd expect big minutes for Lindsay Smith. I don't mind the play of Lindsay Smith this week. Obviously not ahead of either of these boys, but we'll see what other sit starts. The back row is a shit show, but it's fine for now. Obviously, I still think Hudson Young. I mean, you could go Hudson Young next week, but I still feel like you just wait until after Penrith for Hudson Young. There's a little bit of interest, I will say, in a potential Billy Burns. We'll have a quick squiz at him because the Sharks, well, yeah, I just talked about him. Obviously, great matchup this week. Bye. I would say great matchup against the Knights. Like, the Knights are starting to leak a lot of points, and then a tough game against the Doggies. But yeah, he will be on that right edge for the rest of the season at a good price. So I don't know. Is it worth going him this week? I don't hate it. I actually don't hate the potential play of a Burns. But we'll have a squiz. But yeah, we've had a look at the back row. Honestly, the only other back row I do like is probably Hudson Young. Even though, I mean, even him, like, the scores the last few weeks have been a little bit down, but I still think he's probably the guy. I think he's the go-to. Halfbacks. Halfbacks are obviously fine till the end. Again, if you have the extra trades, Nico Hines in the final round of the season could be an option. 5'8", fine. Don't get me wrong, like a Cam Munster, it's probably the only other guy I would even look at. But I mean, honestly, King Tongi is doing a fantastic job. I mean, you know what? Can we afford Munster? Oh, fuck, you know what? We actually can afford Cam Munster, bro. I mean, honestly, even like an Adam Dewey is like somewhat appealing. Like he's playing in the halves now, goal kicking. They have a pretty good run home, and actually very good. I mean, Manly conceding points, Cowboys conceding points, Canberra tough, but then Gold Coast to finish. Am I crazy? Like, he's been pretty good. He's been pretty good. What happened in these two games? Was he playing lock? He was playing lock in these games, wasn't he? I sort of... Is he, like, cemented into that spot in the halves now? Obviously, you got Latufanu around. What's going on? I got to check. I got to check on that, because I don't hate an Adam Dewey play, but I guess Munster's only a bit more and probably just more reliable. I don't mind the tough games, honestly. Like, he can still fucking bang in the tough game. Is it worth it? Oh, that's actually got me... Honestly, I shouldn't have even looked. Blaze Salangi's sort of interesting. Yes. Tyron Wishart, if you want to go cheap, but I guess that's the thing. Like, Tongia, I'm never going to play unless there's mass restings in like the final couple rounds and I need to play him, where he'll probably let me down. Whereas if you bring in a Munster, obviously you're going to play him. That's got me thinking now. And then the centres, I mean, Kiraz, Lomax, Gagai, Garrick are locked in. Obviously, well, all of them are locked in. We've even got Karapani back this week, so now I've got decisions to make. Now I've got more decisions to make. I know Gagai, it's annoying. He's back at centre and not goal kicking, which is not ideal, but I'm still very happy to play Gagai, honestly. Like, he was killing it at centre. Like, he was averaging really well at centre anyway. He's got Dom Young outside of him. That's plenty of, like, line break assists, try assists. I would have preferred him staying at fullback and goal kicking. Obviously, that's why we brought him in, but it's a good run home. It's pretty good. I mean, Cowboys, Bronx, I think, can be high scoring. Sharkies, you never know. And then Para to finish, like... Yeah, I'm still happy with Gagai. Obviously, it's not ideal, but I'm content with that. And then the fullbacks, this is where it gets tricky, because don't get me wrong, I was going to go Trebojevic this week, but the Cowboy, and I'm not trading out Tedesco. Edwards is like, you could trade out Edwards. Like, they've actually got a pretty tough run, which I don't think it doesn't affect Edwards necessarily. Like, he's still going to get through plenty of base and this and that. But, I mean, with Cleary back, Edwards has never really been that Supercoach relevant. He just never has. When Cleary's not there, you add in goal kicking, you add in a bit more attacking role. All of a sudden, yeah, he's one of the must-haves. But without Cleary, with Cleary, there is a temptation. You could trade Edwards to Trebojevic. I mean, Drinky is the obvious trade, but like, bro, they take on. Oh, the thing with... I guess... Okay, no, I probably... The thing with Drinky... Two really good... Honestly, three good matchups. Although, I guess he hasn't... I mean, looking at this, he actually hasn't scored that well against the Broncos, surprisingly. But, like, two really good matchups. But then he has the bye in round 27. So I need to have a trade to trade him out in round 27. It's like, both him and Turbo have really good runs. You could just hold Drinky. I gotta be honest, I'm surprised. Most traded in, not in my team. So Munster is up there. Bowie Fermor, don't mind. Harry Grant, he's on fire. Don't hate it. Tino, I mean, don't get me wrong. Honestly, Tino could be the play in the Tour RF instead of like a Hudson Young if he comes out and goes crazy to finish the season. I'm definitely not doing it this week against the Sharkies after an injury. And then Sammy Walker, yeah, fair enough. I'm surprised people aren't going Trebojevic. I gotta be honest. It looks like people are maybe going Drinky to Sam Walker because, again, you don't have to go a fullback. You could go anyone in the flex position. I don't know. I don't really like the Sam Walker play. He just, like, he does do a lot, but he has to do a lot. Like, he has to, he gets a lot of try assists off kicks. Obviously, the goal kicking is a big boost when you're scoring 60 points, but couple of tough games sprinkled in. I don't know. I'm surprised Tommy's not in there. Like, this is where it gets tricky. It is tricky. Like, the ballsy play going forward is to get in Trebojevic, I think, honestly. But is it really worth trading out Drinky to Trebojevic? You probably just don't have to do it this week. Like, on paper, it is a good matchup against the Tigers, but I actually think the Tigers are like, I think they're going okay. Like, they're definitely not what they were last year, and it's not at Lotto Land. It's not at Four Pines Park. So, so what did I say? I think I said it's not at both grounds. No, it's not. It's not at Four Pines Park. But then after that, Dolphins, Dragons, New Zealand, 2 of those 3 is at Four Pines. You know what? I think I might just hold off this week. I just want to another look at Tom, another look at Drinky, a good matchup for Drinky, and then next week against the Dolphins of Four Pines, you could bring in Tommy if he's still looking good. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do because I mean he's got a big break even, 101. Drinky obviously has a huge break even as well, but you know they both could get close. They both could miss it. I don't think the prices are going to get too crazy either or. And I think this is a good week to just hold that. I think it is a good week to hold that. Now, you know what? Also, yeah, I'm not going to bring in Cam Munster just because sit starts are going to be really tough. I would love to not play the back rowers because they're fucking shitting me, but okay, let's just go through the sit starts quickly. Obviously, Rayleigh, Terrell May, Payne Haas, Katoa, yes. Kickow against the Roosters. I mean, yeah, I would rather play him than Watson. If Watson's still coming off the bench. Crichton, yes, we'll play Crichton. Surely there's some fucking attack for Crichton at some point. Like, he's got to jag some attack. He's still averaging 62. It's not the worst, but yeah, I'm happy with these 3, although I'm not, like, too happy about it. Cleary, yes. Hines, yes. Campbell, yes. Kiraz, yes. Lomax, absolutely. Gagai, absolutely. And Garrick, absolutely. Tedesco, Edwards, Drinky. And then we've got to choose. So Drinky and Hines, definite. And then it's out of Karapani, Nwangani Tawaze, Tungo, and Lindsay Smith. Honestly, Lindsay Smith is like a pretty okay play. I'm not going to play Connor Watson. I think, like, him just coming off the bench, like, if he's playing like 55 minutes off the bench, like, yeah, his PPM's probably going to be way up, but like, it just removes a lot of that high upside, like him playing good minutes in the middle at hooker and then playing at lock for the last stage. So I really hope he shifts back to that role for next week, because I will have to play him as my hooker next week. But I think for now, yeah, I'm not going to play Watson. So it's out of Tungo, Nwangani Tawaze, Karapani, Smith. So I've got to drop 2 of those guys. I mean, Karapani against the Dolphins, it's really hard not to take a punt on Karapani. I hate the idea of not playing Nwangani Tawaze. I hate the idea of doing that because he's so good. He can just go crazy in 10 minutes and go big. But it is a tough game against the Dogs. I still think the Roosters they're definitely attacking more to the left. They were getting him involved more with kicks last game, but they're still not giving him too much footy. Tungo against the Storm. I think Tungo versus Smith, I still prefer Tungo. Tungo has good base and he also has the ceiling. Like, he can go big. Like, geez, last game, I talked about it. I complained about it, but he could have gone a big ton. Like, Edwards fucking bombed a try, giving it to him. There was a couple other moments where he was close to scoring. Like, he's got the ceiling. He might not go big against the Storm, but I think he can still go okay. Lindsay Smith, I mean, I know Smith has got a 120, but he's he's in try scoring form at the moment. But I'm happy to play Tungo over Smith, and then it's either Nwangani Tawaze or Karapani. I might play Karapani. Do you? I don't like. This is the thing. I like the idea of just playing Nwangani Tawaze every week because that's the thing, right? He's a guy that has a bit of a roller coaster. But if you play him every week, you're gonna get the average, right? But I guess I got his big score last week. We don't play him this week. Can we time it? I don't usually like doing that because it's very often not a good idea. It's very often not a good idea, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Also, he'll be up against. It's probably the better edge defensively. I think I've got to check what the Dogs team is like. Is Tracy still not back? Kira's still at fullback, isn't he? I think from reports it's fucking dry weather, which thank God. So that's exciting. But for now, I think Karapani. I think we save trades. The other guy, I mean, don't get me wrong, bringing in Munster, it's still appealing, but it's a tough game against the Panthers. Like, is it really? It's just, it feels really yuck to bring in a guy against Penrith. I know I literally did that last week with Gagai, so, fool me once, fucking blah, 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 fool me twice, you know how it goes, but, we could just wait. We could just wait for potentially next week. It's tough against the Doggies as well. Like, I don't know. That could be a luxury trade, like, later in the season if he doesn't get it, because he could also get a rest. I don't. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But I think for now we're okay. I mean, the only other guy. I mean, let's have a look at the back rows again. I am sort of tempted by Billy Burns. Like, the only other back rower, honestly, Hudson Young. But again, Hudson Young, I don't think I'm going to go next week. Again, he's got a couple of really good games to finish. Tigers, Dolphins. I think I'm just going to hold off till round 26. That seems beautiful. You know what? I mean, honestly, Tellus Duncan is... He's still made a boatload of cash, but he's back to like a pretty decent price after playing in the centres for a good few weeks. He was killing it in the back row. He was absolutely killing it. Like, the base stats were incredible, and he was scoring tries. Like, he was going crazy. It's sort of tempting, but I got a buy in round 26. Round 26 could be a bit of a tricky week because I think in the past, like Storm have rested their guys in round 26, more so in round 27 if I'm not mistaken. So you got to be a little careful of the round before the final game if there's a few random restings. But Parramatta Dragons, it's pretty good for Tellus Duncan. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. He's a pod. He's definitely a big pod. Who else have we got? I mean, I do like Beau Fermor, but yeah, I'd probably just prefer to go like a Duncan as a pod over Fermor at this stage. Anyone else jumping out? I mean, Papali'i playing big minutes at lock with Isaiah Yeo out is like really, he's going well. 82. He only played 46 minutes for, I mean, he must have scored a try, so yeah, okay. I think that was the week Yo got injured, so that's why he played big minutes. Yeah, okay. And we don't really know if Yo's going to come back. Probably rather not then. The only other guy, I mean, again, Tino, Tino could be a good pickup. This is why I'm like, you just sort of wait on it. Tough game against the Sharks, but then Warriors, Dolphins, Tigers to finish. Like, yeah, I think I'm going off. Teague Wilton also a little tempting with Nickera and Ramian out. Do they target their attack more to the left now? Buying around 25, obviously, but we don't have that many Sharkies. Obviously, it'll be 3 with Wilton, but he's pretty rock solid. He doesn't really have the ceiling at the moment, but he's got good base. And if they do more attack to his side, then it could be interesting. It's just a matter of like, where is he? He is pretty cheap, isn't he? Old Bilius Burns. Yeah, 360. He got a 15 the last game he played. Where did he come on there? 15 minutes. 8-minute games. 44, 85, 56, 69. 32 against the Storm. 42 and 72 minutes. It's a bit all up. It's a bit up and down. It's interesting. Like, do they still target the right hand side, or they go more left now to a Teague Wilson? But again, I mean, I guess that's the thing, right? The reason you would bring in one of these guys this week is because it's a really good matchup against the Titans. But then I'd have to drop somebody else. I mean, I don't hate the idea of dropping a Tungo, but then are you really going to drop, like that's the thing, right? Are you really going to drop a Tungo and a Nwangani Tawaze for Billy Smith? Even if it's a good matchup, like, is that worth it? I don't think so. I just don't think it is. Like, we'll see. At the end of the week, yeah, Billy could score 2 tries, go 100 plus, and both these guys might not score and go 40 to 50, but there's every chance they score the same, if not more. You used a trade and you also didn't play them, so it's like, I think holding the trade is probably I think it's probably the better idea. Honestly, I think it is the better idea. Yeah, I know I said, yeah, we're not getting enough out Smith this week, and I'm still not going to. I guess that I just thought the only reason you would do it early is if you wanted to do 2 big trades next week. Looking for next week, no, I don't think there's going to be 2 big trades I want to do next week, so that's fine. Obviously, if there's 2 big injuries or like multiple injuries, then you might be like, oh shit, I wish I traded that earlier. But as it stands, I'm not going to play into like, oh, both my front rowers and a halfback's going to go down. Like, if it happens, it happens. But I think we are going to sit and hold on the trade. Yeah, I think I am just going to consolidate that. I don't mind. Probably out of those, Duncan's probably the guy that has me a little excited. I might do a Duncan trade. I don't know. We'll. Yeah, but then he does have a bye in 26. I still think Hudson Young's the play. Like, I look again. So looking forward, we're going to do one trade enough, so we'll have 3 left. Kalamatangi to Hudson Young, or even Tino next week. But let's just say we're definitely going to go to Hudson Young in round 26. So we'll have 2 trades left. We'll have 2 trades left for the season at that point. Drinky will have to get traded either, well, definitely around 27 or earlier if you so choose, which I'm probably going to do to Tommy next week. So then we'll have 1 trade. 1 trade to work with. Yeah. So then we have to decide. And I sort of... Yeah, there's a part of me that sort of likes Tino. I do like Tino, because then we also have like a dual... We'll have the dual status for Tino, who we can swing up and down. Yeah, those could be our 4 trades. Obviously, yeah, obviously an injury. If Campbell gets injured, or a halfback gets injured, or one of our, Brayley gets injured, then we're going to have to use a trade. But I think for now, that's sort of the plan. The other bigger thing this week is captain, vice captain. Oh boy, this is why I don't like the captains. I've talked about it before, but it really all comes down to captains. Let's be real. I mean, sit start's also important, but the captain, vice captain is very, very crucial in the late stages. So, what are we going to do? So, the big questions, first and foremost, Cleary, Hines. I mean, Hines is taking on the Titans at Shark Park. They are missing a couple of their strike players, but it's really hard not to go Hines with either the VC or captaincy. Yeah, you are foregoing Cleary, but it's a good matchup. The Sharks coming off a disappointing game, that they are they're bottom feeders. They love playing the weaker teams in the comp. I think you have to chuck something on Hines. I think for now, vice captaincy, captains. So, I mean, if we wanted to go vice captain early, obviously Tedesco. Tedesco against the Doggies. I know it's a tough game. I think I'm going to forego Tedesco, because I don't love going the captain on Hines, if I'm honest. He's not going to score super low, but he hasn't been at his best. The Sharks haven't been at their best, so I'd rather vice captain Hines. Broncos, Dolphins. If you had like a Reece Walsh, even like a Payne, like honestly this week, like a safe captaincy of like a Payne Haas could be okay. I actually don't mind like a Terrell May captaincy, depending how the week goes. If you wanted to play it safe and go like a Payne Haas or Terrell May off the bye last week as captain options, I don't hate. Rabbitohs, Parramatta. You could double down on a Lomax upside. Cowboys, Newcastle. You could go Drinky. Like, there's a lot of risky ones this week, dude. There's a lot of risky little plays. I'm undecided. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I want to do. Also, one thing we have to be aware of... if I vice captain Hines, can I even loop him? Can I even loop Hines? Because Qatar plays early, Kickout plays earlier. I really don't want to drop. Well, like, it's not so much dropping Payne Haas. You could drop. Yeah, I guess you could. Because you just drop like a Karapani and put Payne Haas as a reserve and captain Simpkins. Yeah, and you'll know if Simpkin plays. He won't fuck you up because he'll play in that same game, so you'll know. You can. But yeah, you'll drop. Yeah, it's not the worst. Dropping Karapani, I don't hate that because yeah, he wasn't going crazy. He wasn't absolutely killing it. I'm still not sure if I want to play Karapani or Nwangini Tawaze. I think I don't know. Thinking about Karapani, thinking about the Broncos. Oh, it's sort of the nice thing with playing Karapani. It's like you get to have, like, if Reece Walsh goes crazy, then Karapani's probably going to go really well too. So you get the best. Well, you get a piece of the pie. I don't know, dude. I've got to contemplate the captaincy. I don't know. I think for now, let's just safety. Don't hate. Could be. I don't think it's going to be a low scoring round, but I don't think it's going to be like a huge, like a 150 plus in these first few games. I could be wrong, but we'll see. I think that's going to wrap it up. I do have a bit to think about. Leading into, yeah, mainly Nwangini Tawaze / Karapani. I'm happy enough not to play Lindsay Smith, even though I think he'll probably do pretty well. Don't get me wrong, I'd probably rather play Smith over fucking Kickout, but obviously I can't do that, so it's fine. But yeah, that'll probably wrap it up. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Getting out to the final few rounds now. Make sure to like and comment. I'll see you guys in the next one.